Welcome again to my friend the Holy Spirit by Gifts Zawadi Love. We're talking about the Holy Spirit and that we need the Holy Spirit. We already knew that we have to ask the Holy Spirit ask the Father for the Holy Spirit through Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ is the one who baptizes us with the Holy Spirit and fire. So once we have received the Holy Spirit of God, then the Holy Spirit started teaching me, and he started telling me that I am a spirit first. Before I am a human being, before I had a body, I was a spirit. Just like Jesus. Jesus, remember, he was the Word that was in the beginning. So in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And then the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. So the Word came before the flesh. Why? Because God created a body for Christ, who was a spirit, to do the will of the Father. Why did he have to have a body? Because when you operate on earth, you have to have a body. You cannot operate on earth without a body. Otherwise, you're illegal. Spirits are not legal on earth unless they have a body. And that is why when the enemy wants to use you, when the devil wants to use you, he has to come into you as a spirit. You invite that spirit, like maybe when you watch horror movies or you listen to bad stuff or things like that. Those spirits come into you and they operate through you. That's why you see all the evil on the earth. Why? Because the evil spirits are in people, in those flesh, in those bodies, and they're operating through them. Just in the same way, if you allow God the Holy Spirit to come into you, he will come into you and he will use you and produce good fruits onto the earth. So he taught me, first things first, the spirit comes before the flesh. A body, Jesus said, you created for me to do your will, O Lord. Why? Because the assignment of a spirit comes before the body is created for that spirit. Remember, before God created Adam, he made everything good. And he said, we need somebody to till this land. We need somebody to take over and rule over the earth. So a job opening came, an assignment came of a manager on earth. And as soon as the assignment came, then a body was created for the spirit to get into that body and be legal on earth so he can be a manager. The second assignment that was given on earth was Eve. Whenever God looked at Adam and said, it is not good for man to be alone, he will need a helper. So another assignment for a helper came in. So he had the spirit of Eve, created a body for her from Adam, created a body and put the spirit inside that body. And so the body was able to legally operate as a helper on earth. That is the assignment. So every spirit that has a body has an assignment. Remember, you cannot be on earth without legality, without a body. And you cannot have a body without an assignment. Why? Because every time the assignment precedes the job opening. And once the job opening is there and God does his own interview, he actually doesn't even do an interview. He gives you a body and then he equips you for the work. It is interesting, I was looking at it and saying, the things of God do not first require your experience. No, he doesn't want your experience because your experience is irrelevant in his kingdom. Just like marriage. It is the only union that, or the only thing that you're given a certificate before you even perform the marriage. You get the certificate and you haven't lived the married life successfully. Why? Because as soon as you get the certificate, marriage comes from God. When you get the marriage certificate, God is the one who equips you to be the husband and the wife you're supposed to be by the power of the Holy Spirit. You need God in marriage. Another thing, think about it. He creates from the end to the beginning. So he gives you an assignment. He says, you are a president. Like David, remember? He was anointed as king when he was still a young child. But that doesn't mean that he became king in the physical. He was first qualified in the spiritual realm. And then God gave him the experiences and taught him until he was able to sit up as a king. So remember, you have an assignment. You may not be qualified for your assignment. But guess what? There is one who equips, the Holy Spirit of God, who equips you. The main thing is to know, who are you? Why were you created? What is your assignment? And allow the Holy Spirit to help you. Remember, if you have a body, you have an assignment. May God bless you. Have a wonderful time. Thank you so much again. Join us again next time.